Welcome, everyone, to Sports Gamers Online. Mike Straw, managing editor of Sports Gamers Online here. And real quick, before we get into the Q&A, this is the first time we're doing something like this. This is usually what we do for our SGO Insiders. This week, all week, it's our SGO Insider free preview. Yesterday, or today, we have our Q&A. Tomorrow night, we are doing a live version of our SGO Press Pass podcast. If you're not subscribed to that, you can find the SGO Press Pass on all of your favorite streaming platforms, all of your favorite services, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and more. SGO Insider is our premium service. You can find more details at patreon.com/sportsgamersonline. For as little as $1 a month, you can get exclusive access to interviews, guides, tips, news, stories that you won't find anywhere else, and even have the chance to win some games or get some free games and play some of the latest sports games before anybody else. So we got the plug out of the way. This is the SGO Q&A powered by our friends here at StreamYard. StreamYard makes it easier than ever to go live on YouTube or Twitch with a show of your own. Learn more at StreamYard.com. Now, how this is going to work, the format, simple. You guys are going to submit your questions. I got the chat open right here, and we're going to go through them probably for about a half hour or so. We're going to just go through your questions and answer as much as I possibly can. I will tell you there is some news coming to SGO Insider next week on some topics, and when those topics get up, I will be sure to know. So that news will be coming next week on SGO Insider, so as kind of a perk or an incentive, if you will, to join. Also, if you're so inclined to help us grow the SGO network, we live off of our revenue that we generate here. Feel free to put a super chat. Putting a super chat gets money directly to allow us to pay our staff, pay for better equipment, so we can bring you more live content like this. It allows us to upgrade our equipment, upgrade our staff. It's actually allowed me in about 2 weeks, I'm moving into a brand new studio. So, one, thank you guys for that. It's been fantastic. But two, it does allow us more. And your question, you will jump the line. I will say, you will jump the line on the questions if you donate a super chat, no matter how little or how much it is. You can do that right in the chat. There is the option there for super chat. So we're going to start right off the bat. Let's get into it. How about we answer some questions? The first one here. We got a lot of comments like bring back 2K, need ESBC. ESBC, I can't wait. Bring back first person 4PF Marv, bring back first person Madden. To be honest, I would love first person Madden. I liked first person 2K. It got me dizzy after a while, but I think now with how VR is, especially on the PC and PlayStation side, I wonder how a VR mode would work nowadays with a Madden or an NFL 2K. I wonder how they would do. MLB The Show from Taco Panda is a great game. Have I seen Bo Razor? First question here. Have I seen any news on the new NCAA football game? So we do have some news. If you don't know, yesterday we ran the story. Two people known as Igloo and Slab from the College Football Revamped were actually hired by EA Sports to come work on the game. Igloo will be, whose name is Chad, it will be a producer, and Slab, whose name is Sam, will be a UI artist. If you don't know what NCAA College Football Revamped is, it's a fan-made mod of NCAA 14. And basically by the mod is they updated all the logos, they updated the jerseys, they updated the stadiums, they updated the rosters, and they updated the UI of the game internally to match ESPN's 2020-2021 football season broadcast. So it's pretty cool. You should go check that out. The story on there is at sportsgamersonline.com. News that we don't know or that hasn't been public is we do expect, I can let this out of the bag, I'm hearing we can expect some more news on schools being a part of the game. Not schools backing out. That will still come trickling in. But news on schools becoming or officially announcing their intention to stick with the collegiate licensing contract that they have and stick with EA around August is when I'm hearing news to kind of hype up as the college football season approaches. We'll start hearing more and more like that. And I do know that in June, not July, June, the NCAA will be meeting once again. That's the tentative date. Now, it was supposed to happen in January, right? They were going to meet to talk about NIL, and then this announcement came from EA. That got pushed back. The announcement came from EA that it was going to bring back EA Sports College Football with no licenses, but that brought a lot of talk. So if they reach an agreement, I could see EA coming out and saying we're going to negotiate to bring in NIL into the game. If you don't know what NIL is, it's just simple name, image, and likeness. But the plan is now the NCAA committee will be meeting again in June to reopen up those discussions about allowing players to profit off their NIL, which is something that is a long, long time coming. Willie Moreno says, Esports Boxing Club thoughts. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. I'm so excited for it as a boxing fan. I mean, boxing was how I let out my steam in high school too. I trained and went to a local boxing school up here, and it was one of those things of I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. We've gotten the mobile games, which they're good in bursts, but Esports Boxing Club, it went from being like, oh my God, this is another pipe dream, kind of like a certain college football game. But they've shown clips, they've shown gameplay, they've shown updates. They constantly update what's going on, so we know it's not a scam or a sham. They have such a large roster. I'm excited, but I'm tempering my expectations because, again, at the end of the day, this is an independent game. But it's going to look really good, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Eugene, Mike, what day is it? For a second, I was going to yell hump day, but it's only Tuesday. Also, bald head. It's only Tuesday. I wish it was Wednesday because then I could yell hump day, but, can't do that. Any updates on NFL 2K? We have a bunch of questions on NFL 2K without the license. Any updates on NFL 2K? Around E3 is when we'll get some more news. That's all I can say right now. Around E3, I don't know if it'll be the week of or shortly after. It would make sense if it's the week of, but it all depends on what 2K wants to do with NBA 2K22, because that is going to be officially revealed as usual come June. But NFL 2K, we will be hearing something soon. It is still on schedule for a 2021 release. I don't know if it's going to happen before the season starts, however. My guess is that we're looking at October, but it would make sense maybe September, maybe the early weeks of the season, but it is still scheduled to come out this year. It's not going to be a full sim like what Madden's supposed to be. But from what I'm hearing is they've taken a lot with this game. They've taken a lot of what went wrong with NBA Playgrounds. Now, the art style, I'm not saying is going to be the same exact NBA Playgrounds or even WWE 2K Battlegrounds, but they've taken a lot of the criticism. So if you think they're not hearing, two developers that I've talked to, two developers at 2K who I've known for a few years now, they've taken a lot of that criticism or constructive feedback, if you will, and they're taking that and figuring out what to do, what not to do as far as the gameplay itself. The art of the NFL 2K game, the art style is not going to be what you've seen in Battlegrounds. It is going to be a more realistic art style, but still have that arcade feel. So I'm excited for it. I'm interested about it. William Bell, an NFL 2K without the NFL license? Well, it's got the NFL license. It doesn't have the simulation rights like Madden does, but it will have the NFL teams. It will have the NFL Players Association. Victor Santiago, any news about NASCAR 21? Soon. This is the soon. NASCAR 21, brand new engine. It's going to be, if you've played any of the NASCAR Heat games the last few years and you have an opinion on that, get rid of it. Get rid of your preconceived notions. Motorsport games and they've overhauled this. This game, everything I'm hearing, is going to be through the roof different. It's going to be a whole new, unique experience. It's being geared towards the next-gen consoles and PC. It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to just be those. My guess is that it won't be just next gen and PC. I'd have to assume PS4 and Xbox One will be on that list, though I'm a fan of not doing that. I don't like when a new generation comes out and you keep supporting the old, you keep releasing new games on the old generation, but you guys are going to be pleasantly excited and pleasantly surprised about this game from everything I'm hearing. And the NASCAR people who I talked to have never steered me wrong with what I've reported before, and I don't think they're going to steer me wrong with this. When will the boxing game release? ESBC, Berto, they're saying like a beta this summer on PC, and then a release on console. The plan is early Q4, maybe late Q3 of 2021. So we'll see. They want to release it this year. That's what I do know. They want to release it this year, and that's the plan. Victor, what are my thoughts about sports cloud gaming? I'm indifferent. Well, not indifferent. We're seeing it not even in the sports games, but I don't know if you guys know the Little Big Planet series. 1, 2, and 3 are unplayable right now, and they've been that way for about a month. My problem with sports cloud gaming is when you rely too much on the cloud, history is getting lost. Like, there's a reason that I don't expect to just be able to pick up Madden 22 and just pop it in and play it right away. That's not how games work today. But I can still I'll always be able to pick up Madden 2004, pop it in my PS2, and play it. I gotta make this smaller because I'm tired of seeing my face being covered by this. But my problem is I want to see them find a way to save physical gaming. The idea of like, okay, I can play Madden on my phone with xCloud. That sounds fun. How many times am I going to play Madden or any sports game, even on a dirty screen, even on a Note 10 or when I get Note 20 or whatever it may be? I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'll ever do that. Like, I tried when it was on beta and I got access to it. Like, you just grab your controller, sync it up, and I even had the mount. It's just too small of a screen. I get spoiled by the 60, 70-inch 4K televisions. Even the monitor here is 27-inch, and that's probably the smallest I can comfortably game on. The idea of streaming it, I thought Google Stadia was going to be great. It flopped. Microsoft's doing it the right way. So if there's one company that's going to do it, Microsoft is going to get it done right. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know if I'll ever be, and you can call me a boomer for it. I don't know if I'll ever be. Why can't we move in the batter's box? We have to get this in the game. I don't know why that's never been in MLB The Show, DJ. I'm assuming that's why. I honestly do not know why it's never been in. I would love to see it be in, even if it's just something as simple as like you're standing there, right? And you can move your foot back, move your foot forward, and kind of lean your body. I'd love to be able to lean. I feel like that it might add too much, and not saying it needs to be on the lower difficulty, but you can turn, like kind of like racing games. You can turn your assists off, you turn that off, and you can lean into it, and you just go. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I would like to see from that. PGA Tour 2K22, they've been stone silent. I think they're trying to figure out what they can do to rebound after the news. And you got to think they knew it was coming. The news of EA Sports PGA Tour getting the license to all 4 majors, including the Masters and Augusta National. I don't know if they're going to come out this year. I would like to see it, but at the same time, I'm all for skipping a year. EA Sports UFC, 4 games since 2014. Each game has been good to me. Like, I've really enjoyed each game. The golf clubs turned PGA Tour 2K21. Every other year it's come out. So I'd kind of hope that be the case with this, because that allows them to get more. Before we go on, again, reminder, we're doing a SGO Insider free preview here at youtube.com/sportsgamersonline. I am Mike Straw, the managing editor of Sports Gamers Online. If you don't know, SGO Insider is our free... Let me start that over. If you don't know, SGO Insider is our premium subscription service. For as little $1 a month, you get access to a number of exclusive SGO Insider features like news that you're not going to get anywhere else, early access to our features, our tips, our guides, exclusive SGO Insider guides, SGO Insider only channels on our Discord that is now open to anybody. You can join us. Our links I will post in the description below after this video, and you can find it on social media to join the Sports Gamers Online Discord and hang out with all of us. A bunch of new things are coming down the pipeline for SGO Insider, including our SGO Insider game club, which is kind of like a book club. We all play a game and we talk about it. We'll do a live roundtable for insiders only, and they come out and hang out and mess around and talk about what they liked about the game, what they didn't. You get more of these Q&As. This is usually an SGO Insider perk. You'll get retro reviews or look backs at some old games. You'll get live access to pre and post show of our SGO podcast, SGO Press Pass, which is available on all platforms where you get your favorite podcast. Go subscribe today and leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. All right, plugs out of the way for now. Thank you all for hanging out on this Tuesday night. I have a dog here now. Got a wish list or predictions for the style or game modes of NFL 2K. Wi-Fi sniper. You might be the one taking my Wi-Fi. And maybe that's why it's so slow. Luckily, I'm hardwired here, but, not when I'm in the basement. But predictions or a wish list for the style. The style, okay. Game modes are easy. Give me everything we expect. Just because the gameplay can't be simulation doesn't mean the game modes can't. Everything, I expect microtransactions. It is 2K. Expect microtransactions. Seriously. They're going to be a part of the game. I wouldn't expect it to be where you can't play the whole game, but I do know they won't be WWE 2K Battlegrounds bad, where grinding is just a nightmare in order to get what you want out of this and get the characters. Obviously, in that it's different because you're unlocking individual characters, but give me a franchise mode. Give me fun online play. There's one mode that Madden used to have that I really, really loved. And I used to play with a couple friends of mine, and it was Team Up. It was Madden Team Online, where one player was the quarterback, one player took running back, one player took the wideouts or tight end, and then on defense, you just picked the positions like defensive line, linebackers, defensive backfield. And you went online and you played with your friends. They took that out in Madden, and they brought it back in MUT, but not regular online play, and that's a mode I would love to see back. Number one, would love to see that back for online play. It would open up more fun for me. It might be just a small thing, but that's what I'd like to see them do with 2K. Style-wise, a more realistic look of NBA Playgrounds. I liked Playgrounds. I thought it was too cartoony, too big-headish. And in football, you can't. I wouldn't even mind them seeing, if you go back, even the more recent, like less violent versions of NFL Blitz that EA Sports did. I'd like that style. Or give me the style from an NFL Street. That is not a simulation art style. Or NFL Tour. NFL Tour is a good one. The game was awful, but visually it looked really nice. So, you know what? I'm going to go with that. NFL Tour style for the modern, for 2022 or 2021 graphics. But as far as game modes, give me what we expect. Give me a play now. Give me some fun online elements. The biggest thing is fun online elements and limit the microtransactions. Don't give me an ultimate team and things like that. I'm just not here for it. We need an updated college basketball game from Taco Panda. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. Dominique Ballew, or Ballew. I hope I didn't just butcher your name. Ballew, please tell me if I butchered it. A new NBA Live in the works. I'm still playing 19. I don't know anymore. We haven't heard anything since 2019 when they made their post saying we'll be back and we'll keep you updated. They haven't made a post on social media since. But with EA getting Formula One, granted Codemasters is going to handle that. They're kind of subsidiary. They're not going to be too much hands-on. But PGA Tour back, they might be focused on that. I'd love to see them go NBA Live because NBA Live 19 was really fun. I love their single-player modes. I actually like the one mode far more than I like NBA 2K's My Player, to be honest. My big thing is EA probably knows the partnership with NBA 2K and the NBA is so strong with the 2K League that they don't really have a market there. They might as well take advantage of the mobile market that they're in and they have a firm grasp on with the NBA license than try and compete because they're not going to beat. They're not going to do anything to really put a dent in what 2K is doing on the basketball side of things with NBA 2K. I'd like to be proven wrong, but Master Mold, will NFL 2K have a MyTeam, technically not simulation? I think they will. I honestly think they will. I would like to, but I'd think so. Dapper Don. Hey, bro, have you seen any news on NHL 22? Yes. There's stuff coming over the next month that I will be able to report on SGO Insider. Can't talk about it right now, but the game is, as we reported and as was leaked, by a supposed developer on his LinkedIn. The game will be moving to the Frostbite engine this year for NHL 22 after, 8 years, 7 years on the Ignite engine. It will be making the jump. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. I have my feelings on it. We did a story about 2 years ago on the Frostbite engine being damaging for sports games that you can check out at sportsgamersonline.com and youtube.com/sportsgamersonline. Real quick, again, if you want to help us grow, be sure you're leaving a like on this video. Make sure you're subscribed to Sports Gamers Online. And if you want to help us even more and help us get better equipment and bring on more talent and more staff to Sports Gamers Online, consider donating a super chat. You will, in future videos when we do live, super chats will be the way you get your questions guaranteed to be read on air no matter what they are or what they're about. And again, they don't have to be sports gaming related. I know this is SGO, but they don't technically have to be sports gaming related if you don't want them to be. Well, whatever you want. Are we excited for the NFL draft, C-Dog? Oh, God, yeah. Give me Thursday. Inject it into my veins. Vin Doom, any news for WWE 2K22? Stay tuned. They are going to be releasing a lot very soon, including some mode news that's going to make a lot of people happy. That's all I can say. That literally, I'm on so many embargoes and NDAs right now with some people, and I like to keep the relationships with the people who feed me stuff that I've agreed I won't talk about X until this date. I won't talk about X until this date. I'll put a lot of exclusive stuff on SGO Insider, patreon.com/sportsgamersonline. But I can't talk about WWE 2K22 other than get ready for what they're adding. Okay? Get ready. The modes will be happier than some of the other elements. I think gameplay might disappoint some people, but the modes will make people much more happy than any other area in the game. New engine for Madden 22? No. Madden 22 will remain on Frostbite. That is their plan moving forward. They've put a lot of emphasis on it. Madden 22, I will say you guys will be happy for the people against franchise. Obviously, there's been some leaks out there. Feel they've forgotten about franchise. Madden 22 is will be a step in that right direction. NHL 22, yes, they are going to Frostbite. Claudio, hello from Brazil. Thank you. Good evening. Hello, Claudio. Thank you for joining from Brazil. I actually have a good friend who's in Brazil. I forget the town he lives in, but we play games quite often. He is on YouTube, Mapcock, MAPKOC. He does great. If you're into Escape from Tarkov, he does great compilation videos. He is a video editor for Clean. He does fantastic work. Go hit him with a follow. Mapcock on YouTube. Subscribe to him. Great guy. Cloud, please explain. What do you need explanation, Eugene? Clarify, and I will let you know. I'll get into it more. Michael Raker, EGA Sports PGA Tour news. It's not going to be motion controlled. I don't know if their plan is releasing it for the Switch. If they do release it for the Switch, don't expect it to be motion controlled. Though that was the biggest disappointment with PGA Tour 2K21 on the Switch, is that I can't just use the Joy-Cons and act as golf clubs. So Mario Golf, I guess, will have to be what I want. Oh, okay. Dominique, Baloo, like the Jungle Book. Yeah, Jungle Book is my favorite Disney movie. When I was a kid, every time I was sick, that was the movie that I'd watch on repeat. EA Sports, J. Lewis 500 needs to skip years on Madden, but will not because Mutt. Okay, they won't. It's not Mutt that they'll skip. There is the reason why they won't skip. It is because of the fact that the NFL gets a lot of money. It's all money related. It's not MUT. If MUT wasn't available or MUT wasn't a thing, they'd still release it annually. Solely because I mean, you got to look. EA Sports UFC, they had Ultimate Team for 2 and 3, but 4 they dropped it because it wasn't a moneymaker for them. But for Madden, it's because of the agreement with the NFL. They have to release yearly. That's literally the black and white of it. Any idea if we'll see another 2K College Hoops? I'm not going to say a 0% chance we'll see another one, but I'd put it at less than 10% we'll ever see another college basketball video game. All right, we got some more here while I'm looking through some more questions. Be sure you're subscribed. Go to check out patreon.com/sportsgamersonline. You can see it scrolling at the ticker, sportsgamersonline.com. You can follow me on Twitter if you want more of my awesomeness, at Mike Straw Media. Make sure you're checking us out and let us know. Do you want more of these Q&As? If you want more of these Q&As guaranteed monthly, then our insiders do get to ask as many questions as they want. We will be bringing these back more often live. We will be doing more live videos here on YouTube, which is nice. It's what you guys have been asking for, and we're glad to oblige. Do you think EA will ever make a new NBA Jam? No. I think they should. I think that would be a good route to go. They still have the license. The ESPN EA agreement ended this year. So if NBA Live ever comes back as of now, so if say they were to announce it today and tomorrow coming out for later this year, it would not have Mike Breen, would not have the ESPN license. I think a new NBA Jam could work really well, especially because they can take what Playgrounds did right, max on it, and take what Playgrounds did wrong and do it better. Will Madden ever upgrade its terrible presentation? Thanks, Barry from Australia. Barry, first off, thanks for watching from Australia, where it's tomorrow. Is today tomorrow Australia? No phone. My phone legit thought I Googled that. Okay. Presentation is one of the things they're working on. I don't know if that includes a new broadcast team. You can hope. Personally, I would love a new broadcast team. I'm not a fan. But there will be things, some coming upgrades for Madden 22. Madden 22 is going to be a big not like a brand new launch for the game per se, but it will have some updates that fans have been wanting. Mike Thrill, is it true that WWE 2K22 is not coming to next gen? I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that let's recap this real quick. Right before they announced that 2K21 wasn't going to be a thing, it was also reported by the same guy that there wouldn't be a next-gen version when it comes back for 22 or whenever that was. I was told by 3 different people, so 2 right off the bat and then another one a few months later, 3 different people that, no, they're developing it with next-gen in mind. Then it came out another report of only showing, like, they put out a Twitter or a YouTube video with the trailer, the teaser trailer. It said PS5, and then they changed it to PS4. That led a lot of people running, and then a ad showed just PS4 and Xbox One, which the game will be coming to PC. That's their plan as well. But everybody I've asked to has said more to come soon. Everybody, even 2K's official response was more information beyond this soon, which to me is if it's not true, then they should come out and squash it right away. That doesn't mean you won't be able to play it on your PS5 and Xbox Series X. They'll have the small graphical updates. It just likely, if it's built for last gen and it's just enhanced for next gen, it won't have the haptic feedback. It won't have some of the next gen features like the increased super speed of the loading times and things like that the next gen installment of games are built to take advantage of. Like NBA 2K22 on PS5 and Xbox Series X. You load into a game in 2 seconds flat. It's fantastic. Surprised we don't, Mr. Variant. Okay, this is one that I'm actually happy you brought up here. We only have time for a little bit more, but I'm really happy you brought this one up. Surprised we don't have sports games, and you can't even see my face right now because it's so big. Surprised we don't have sports games as definitive versions with paid updates, practically made for digital, given physical is dead after a few years, and EA Play at least though I prefer arcade. Okay, I'm kind of surprised we don't have that either. You release, say, Madden 22. You update it over the next couple years. And then, so Madden 22 comes out in 2021. In 2024, you come out with Madden 25, which is going to be weird when Madden 25 comes out because they already released Madden 25 for the Frostbite, for the 25th anniversary of the game. So I'm really interested to see what they do there. But I would, I think we are getting close to that time. My only problem is, especially the United States runs all when it comes to video game decisions. There's no doubt about it. There's the US and Japan. But most of the United States internet infrastructure is god-awful, just straight garbage. So physical will always still be around in some way, and I think that's why they won't do the definitive edition, where it's you buy it once and then you keep going with some updates. Plus, again, it comes down to money. The NFL wants that yearly release. The NBA wants that yearly release. MLB wants that yearly release. So, because it's a new round of money every year from the same people. That's why they like Ultimate Team so much, because people put hours and hours and money and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars into this mode, only to then the next game comes out 12 months later and you start that cycle again. So it's tough to see that ever happening as far as console games. I do see mobile versions being that way. I mean, look at Madden Mobile. They just come out with updates every year. Like this channel, Miss Variant, also thank you very much. Like this channel more than a lot of sports games. Blizzy TV or Bisley TV, will WWE 2K22 have my career? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. We got ROM hacking, modernizing NBA Jam. I'm good with that. Exactly. There's a lot of ways to go about it. Now, I don't condone it. I won't put links on where to get it, but you can find this information. AE, PS 2022 or 22 news. Yes, it is being built for next-gen consoles completely. That's why they did the season update, the base season update. Also, COVID had a lot to do with that. But there will be some new license announcements coming soon. But it is being built for next-gen consoles primarily. The last-gen version will not be as feature-heavy as next-gen. So keep that in mind. If you don't have it, PS5 or Xbox Series X, and you want PES 22, you're going to want those consoles to play that. OJ Cash, any chance for an NBA Street or NFL Street in the future? I think so. Because whereas Madden and EA have the exclusive simulation rights, 2K doesn't have exclusive arcade rights or non-simulation. So depending on how good the 2K game does, EA might look and go, we might be able to bring this back, because the EA Sports big lineup was one of the most fun times ever when it comes to the lineup of sports games. SSS Tricky, NBA Street, NFL Street, FIFA Street. Fantastic. Just awesome times. I'm hoping so. I think it happens. Will 2K get the ESPN license? I don't know. Joseph. What do I think about a AAA CFL video game? C-Dog, my only problem is I don't see the CFL's in a lot of trouble. So I don't think that's going to happen. AJPS, yeah, we talked about NFL 2K a little bit earlier. You can check it out. You can rewind it back. I will, and then check the video out when it goes on demand. I'm going to work to put timestamps as well, so you can check out anything. Madden 2020 is a free demo. Yeah, that's the thing. EA play with the free demo. No Cap Gaming. When do you think NCAA is coming out? College football, it's coming out. They're saying 2023. I don't see it not being that late, because they're going to give as much time as possible to get this name and likeness situation sorted out before they make that final call. So they aren't going to release it this year, obviously. Doubtful it comes next July, but I do expect July of 2023 is when it comes. Why can't San Diego do more than MLB The Show? Because they're working on... Because MLB The Show takes so much, especially now with it being on Xbox. It's hard to see Sony wanting them to do more. Do I really think we're gonna crush through these last couple? Do I really think ESBC will come out this year? Yes. Rocket Andretti? Yes. I definitely know the beta will be out this summer, and I do believe firmly, from everything I've been shown and what we're hearing and what we've been reporting on Sports Gamers Online, that it will be out this year. Again, I want to thank you guys while I'm looking through the final questions. I will recap some of the answers. There are a lot of repeated questions for those who came in late. Be sure you are subscribed to Sports Gamers Online so you never miss when we go live like this, which is going to be more often in the future. This is part of our SGO Insider free preview. SGO Insider is our premium subscription service that allows you inside access to some news that you're not going to get anywhere else. The latest guides and tips, insider exclusive tips, insider exclusive interviews, access to some exclusive series like our upcoming retro review series and some gameplay elements, the opportunity to join us for some streams, the opportunity to talk to in our Discord on some exclusive insider-only Discord channels. But Discord is also open for everybody. So Sports Gamers Online Discord, open for everybody. Come hang out with us. Links will be in the description below. They'll be on our community tab. They are on our social channels everywhere, facebook.com/sportsgamersonline, twitter.com/sportsgamersonline. You can find us, or you can find myself, twitter.com/MikeStrawMedia. And lastly, if you want to help us grow and you want to help us, consider donating a super chat. You can donate any amount you want. It helps us bring on more staff and grow the network. Couple more things. Is it really a Frostbite Engine 4.0? That's what they're calling it internally, yes. Anything new on the EA Sports College Football? Ladarius, we did talk about that quite a bit earlier in the show. I'll do my best to put timestamps on it after we go off the air. Chris, NHL 22 finally Frostbite Engine. That is what the leak reports say, and I'm under good knowledge that that will be the case, though they have given me the we don't comment on rumor and speculation response. Will ESBC Beta be for PC as well as consoles? The beta will just be for consoles. I believe it's going to be for Steam. Mr. Variant, you are the man turning on the notifications. I appreciate it. We post videos every day, my man. Every day, guys. It is going to be a fun time coming up. Tomorrow, we will be doing a live recording, if you aren't already subscribed to it, a live recording of SGO's Press Pass, which is our podcast that we launched 2 weeks ago. You can subscribe to it anywhere you get your favorite shows, but we'll be doing a live YouTube recording. Now, the show will still be available on Friday on your subscription services, but we will be doing a live recording tomorrow, taking questions live on the air, talking about a big scandal that erupted late yesterday that the CBC reported. We are working on getting the document to read it ourselves, myself and Jake Jacobson, our lead writer, to talk about the FIFA scandal with Ultimate Team and what EA Vancouver employee has leaked. That is huge news, and we will talk about it way more. You can get the brief rundown of it at sportsgamersonline.com, but we'll get into it more tomorrow night. Mr. Variant, $2 sticker. Thank you, my sir. Appreciate it. Really hope Chris 1928. Really hope NHL 22 has the Winter Classic mode. I would love it. There's a lot they need to add. They've been the one game that's constantly made improvements over the years after NHL's 15's debacle. So for now, we are going to sign off. We went a little bit more than a half hour. This is just a taste. On our SGO Insider ones at patreon.com/sportsgamersonline, we will be going an hour or more with each of these. They will be available in audio format so you can listen to them on the go. They'll be available in video format so you can watch them while you work or whenever. Until tomorrow night, until next time, again, leave a like on this video, subscribe, ask more questions below because we might get to them in another video. Until next time, Mike Straw. Take care, guys.